When somebody criticizes you, or let's say the game that you made, the worst thing that you can do is try to hide it. Trying to censor something on the internet these days is probably the best way to ensure that people will keep talking about it. And that's exactly why we're talking about an overpowered tank in the game called World of Tanks right now.
World of Tanks is a game that stayed incredibly popular over the years since its initial release in 2011 or 2010 in Russia. It's been popular without ever really dominating the gaming conversation online, until now that is. World of Tanks is now well and truly in the spotlight after YouTuber Sir Fock, who specialises in World of Tanks content, was threatened with a copyright strike by developer and publisher Wargaming. Now that was a stupid move. In a video on May 18th, Sir Fock criticised the new tank, the Chrysler KGF, which he labels in no uncertain terms as pay to win. The tank costs an eye-watering $80 for the ultimate version or $42 for the cheapest. Sir Fox's complaints? Well, the gun, we're told, is AIDS. Wargaming are greedy f***s. F*** the way they are making premium tanks lately, he says, and f*** this premium tank in particular. Well said, Sir Fock.
So he's using some choice language there, and that apparently is what upset Wargaming so much. Now, Sir Fock is part of an insider program with World of Tanks, which gives him early access to certain items in exchange for coverage. In the wake of his negative video, Wargaming community manager Zlotan Filin Sipos contacted Sir Fock over the Discord chat service. Screenshots of the conversation showed Filin telling Sir Fock the video is unprofessional and said it completely ruins the relationship we have. Aww.
That's sad, really.
That is very sad. He told Sir Fock he will be dropped from the program and asked the YouTuber to remove the video from his channel. When Sir Fock refused, Phelan said this: "It's up to you, but in that case, we'll have to go through YouTube and take it down with a copyright strike. If we have to do this, you won't be able to monetize any Wargaming content in the future. So I strongly suggest removing the video and avoid similar ones in future. Thank you very much."
For me, this feels like one guy's mistake. The YouTuber wasn't doing what he wanted, so he was pushing harder and harder, and this was he just jumped to this extreme of saying copyright strike is coming your way unless you do what we're saying, which kind of assumes the YouTuber's naivety and that he's going to be like, oh, okay, I'll take the video down,
yeah.
You know, and which is a dumb move.
Let's get the facts straight, okay? So this tank, the Chrysler, was overpowered. Like the front of the tank was invulnerable, pretty much. Sir Fock was saying that like it's almost an invulnerable tank. So what, you know, where's this weak spots and shit like that? Also, the gun on it was underpowered, so you have to use premium ammo to use it correctly. So the whole thing screams of pay to win. So that was his criticisms, but he did use some choice language. Let's be fair, you know, calling the gun AIDS.
He doesn't hold back at all, and you know, it's if you're childish like we are, then it's
quite funny.
It's only like a minute's long video. Their reaction is completely out of proportion. To threaten a copyright strike is the stupidest thing you could have done, because it just amplifies the whole message to everyone. And it's just the worst way to manage any situation like this.
We understand that they're getting a bit upset with one of their community contributors doing this and being like really outspoken and negative, and you know, telling to f*** off and such like.
Multiple times.
Yeah, but to threaten him with a DMCA takedown, which is basically saying your video is using copyright content, which it isn't, because we've checked it, and like it's totally fine. All it is him talking to the screen and it having like a model of a tank on the screen. There's no gameplay footage at all. In order for them to issue a DMCA takedown, it would be a false claim. It would be illegal, pretty much.
Yeah, it's an abuse of the system, isn't it? He's done so many World of Tanks videos in the past. That's his whole channel. They haven't done strikes on those videos because they're happy with those videos. They're just abusing the system this time because they're not happy with what he's saying, and he's swearing a little bit too much for their liking, and they've said, please take the video down. He said no, and they said, fine, we'll hit you with a copyright strike then. The threat is bad enough. You get 3 of these things, your channel gets taken down, pretty much, right?
Yeah,
that's right,
that's
isn't it?
right.
So it's you know, if you have one of them, that is bad. That's very bad, because you only got 2 strikes left. Nobody wants a single one of these things, especially if this guy's making money off it, or if he's making any kind of living off it. It's very bad news for him. So it's a serious threat for anyone who's producing this kind of content, because he's got a lot of subscribers. He's built this channel up over time, and then they're threatening him with something that they have no right to use. The implications of that for him would be potentially losing his channel.
Yeah, so Fox's response was, well, I've literally got no choice, because I obviously didn't understand that they weren't within the rights to do that. So he says, we've got no choice. I've got no choice because this is my livelihood.
Yeah.
This is how I make money. So they're using that threat. Although let's say they didn't go through with it. They didn't actually issue him a strike because he took the video down. But you know what would have happened? What could have happened?
Yeah, threatening a copyright strike is so stupid. I mean, only small like Steam Greenlight kind of indie devs and that kind of thing are stupid enough these days to use that kind of threat. Wargaming is a pretty big company. They've got a lot of big free-to-play titles. They're making a lot of money. So the fact that this has come out of them is shocking, really.
When Sir Fox shared all this on the internet and the community got wind, Phelan explained on the game's forums that it was the manner and tone of Sir Fox's video that bothered them. Sir Fox was known to them as a particularly salty guy, but this time his video went into slander territory. Wargaming sent a statement to Kotaku as well, saying, "We are more than willing to give members of our community second chances, but there is a level of toxicity and or offensive language that is unacceptable. We regret having to go to such extreme measures in Sir Fox's case, but we also don't consider those measures to be censorship because we aren't trying to silence Sir Fox's opinion. We were simply seeking to curb the extremely profane language of a member of our contributor program." And this is where we call bullshit.
Yeah.
This is where we call bullshit. How can it not be censorship? Because all he's doing is voicing his opinion, and they're well within the rights to strip him of this community contributor badge, which is fine. You know, they can do that because he's a member of the community.
Yeah.
He voices what the community. You know, he's affiliated with them in some way. He gets benefits from being a contributor, but they can't threaten him with a DMCA takedown. That's bullshit, guys, and it is. It is 100%. It is
censorship.
Censorship.
Yeah, by definition. All we're saying is we want to take his video down because we're not happy with it. We're not saying we want to censor the video at all.
You hurt our feelings.
That's what they've just said.
They kind of sidestep the issue in the response to Kotaku. Like, the issue is that they're threatening DMCA takedown, which is bullshit. They can't do that. But you know, they've got a staunch defense, like, oh, we're not happy with the way he talks. That's fine. That's all good and well. But don't act like a dickhead.
So the moral of the story here is don't ever try to censor criticism, especially by abusing YouTube's heavy-handed copyright strike tools. Thanks to this dumbass move by Wargaming, rather than silence the criticism, what they've done is broadcast the whole thing far wider than it ever would have gone otherwise. Multiple big gaming news sites have covered this now. Big YouTubers like Jim Sterling and Total Biscuit have been talking about it, and now so are we. This video that you're watching right now literally only exists because Wargaming wanted to stop the conversation from happening in the first place. Think about that, you fucking dumbasses.
So that's why everybody's talking about World of Tanks. Let us know what your uncensored thoughts are down in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Check out some more of the content around by here on the screen. And there's a little link for Patreon up here if you're awesome and you want to support us. We will see you again in the next video. Bye for now.